How do you navigate intimacy after infidelity? How do you ensure the lady is not thinking about my infidelity during our moment? How do you get her to eventually get her confidence back?
Intimacy part, that only can happen based on the things that you do. You can't think that it's all about physical. Now, as a man, we know we want the physicality because that's how we are. But you have to understand for what you've done, you have to kind of let her take the lead and not push the physical part. Don't sit there and expect it, because you don't know what thoughts are playing through her mind. And understand, in her time when she's ready, as far as the intimacy, it will happen. As far as the mental intimacy, which is huge and the key to actually helping the physical intimacy, you need to be communicating. You need to not get upset when she's asking you questions or she's triggered about things. You need to start basically just kind of like start all over like you dating her for the first time again.
You need to find out what she's thinking.
Right.
I know that it's hard to ask your significant other, what are you thinking when you're thinking about us being intimate? So that you can kind of help her with those thoughts and navigate through those thoughts. And letting her know that what she's thinking is either one, not true in the moment as they start thinking about all the things you might have done with the other person, right? And sometimes you have to like bring all that out. And I know that sometimes men don't really like, or whoever betrayed, men or women that betrayed, don't like saying, I didn't do this, we did do this. Like you don't want to go into details, but sometimes
you have to.
You have to.
Hard as it is for you to tell her, it's hard for her. It's even harder for her to hear it. You have to give yourself grace and her grace in that moment. You got to.
And then you ensuring that she's not thinking about other stuff in your moment. Ultimately, it's going to depend on her letting some of those things go and getting out of her head in the moment. There's really not much you can do other than being consistent and persistent with you helping her with the thoughts that she has and showing her otherwise, right? Showing her the love and the assurance and all that kind of stuff. But ultimately, she's going to have to navigate that herself. And then you said, how do you get her to eventually get her confidence back? That is a two-way thing for both of you.
It takes time. It takes constant communication. It takes reassurance.
Hard conversations.
Right. You have to be consistent. Don't think that you're doing all the right things now and then eventually you just stop doing them. Think about this every day. Even being so many years removed from what I did to my wife, I'm still constantly thinking about it because I'm making sure and reassuring myself that I'm not going to go out here and do something stupid again. I have to constantly understand what I did.
The severity of it.
The severity of it. I have to understand all of the things that I, missed out on or lost because of the dumb thing that I chose to do. So you have to always think about that, and you have to understand your why, which if you don't, make sure you know your why so you're not doomed to repeat it again.
Her confidence will come back based off of how you show her.
How you show up.
And show up in your relationship. It's not easy talking about and expressing yourself when it comes down to the hang-ups with intimacy after infidelity, but it is necessary for you both to be 100% open, honest, and transparent about it, and be able to talk about it and be able to do so without getting upset, angry, or any of that stuff, and also not rushing the process. However long it takes is however long it takes.
You gotta have patience, understanding. You gotta be vulnerable. You have to be truthful. You have to be transparent. You have to be reliable, responsible, respectful. Just be sincere in everything you say and do. Hope that helps.
Yep.
2 cents. Deuces.